Hello everyone and welcome back to round 8 of season 6 of our F122 My Team career mode. Yes, we're finally back this weekend at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, ready for the Canadian Grand Prix. I apologise for the lack of My Team content over the last week or so. Just been very, very busy with other things and of course F123 as well. But we are finally back with the final few races of F122. We've reached the halfway stage of the final season there. Charles Leclerc still with a 39-point lead even at the top of the table. So Charlie boy is looking very, very good. But we've got 9 races to try and turn it around after a decent result last weekend out in Azerbaijan. Very much was damage limitation from the rear of the field. Fingers crossed this weekend we can really try and fight. Of course, now we've really got to be trying to get up close and with Charlie boy. They're trying to take race wins away from him where we possibly can. But 70 laps around Circuit Gilles Villeneuve tonight is going to be no easy feat. There's an F1 streamer called Dan TikTok. Been able to take him seriously since. Dan TikTok is a pretty good name. I mean, I always get people saying I look like Dan Tickton, which is a weird one. Alright, luckily I got enough fuel to go for a couple laps. You look like Dan Tickton in 480p. That is hurtful, James, but I totally get what you mean. Enjoying F123 so much more than F122. Woof woof. Honestly, I can't wait. I can't wait to be able to play the new game fully for you guys. Oh, a little bit of locking. Thread the needle. Oh, no. Damn. I did that at the worst possible place as well. Because not only is that lap ruined, but so is my second one, probably. Oh! I love the fact I look up at chat and all I see is predictions are in, bottle job strikes again. I'm not even convinced I would have got down to an 18.7 to be honest looking at that. I know we were off Bottas's pace anyway. Yeah, but it's a chin mark, absolutely. Just back it in, retire. You're not cut out for the fast lane. What happened to you? I span on my first lap and then I went back out and the team put me on full wet, so I got absolutely wrecked.
It's time once again then to go racing here in Montreal, the second largest French-speaking city in the world, and home since 1978 to the Canadian Grand Prix. With top speeds of around 210 miles per hour heading into the overtaking opportunity of turn 13, the 2.7 miles of the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve are some of the quickest on the Formula One calendar. There are 14 corners in total, with 60% of the lap taken at full throttle, and average speeds clock in at about 130 miles per hour. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Perez, Ocon, Pierre Gasly, and Mick Schumacher, Bottas, Joe, Liam Lawson, and Oscar Piastri, Latifi, Drugovich, Yuri Vips, and Théo Pourchaire, Albon, Mr. Monaco, Daniel Ticktum, and Jehan Daruvala, Schwartzman, Richard Verschoor, Fittipaldi, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
Well, points might be the goal. Another pretty disappointing qualifying session on Saturday, but again, looks like the strategy could be a little bit all over the place for the AI, so maybe we have got a chance. Can I do... Look, there we go. Reckons a one stop is still possible here. That is reassuring for your boy, but we've just got to knuckle down, focus up. I've said it so many times recently, but F123 going back to F122, it's a struggle, but we've got to do what we got to do. Oh, it's a beautiful lineup. 70 laps here from Montreal. I am not feeling confident, but sometimes you just got to jump in at the deep end and see what happens. 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. Very, very hesitant on the start. Far too hesitant on the start. No throttle at all. And we're basically down at the back of the field by turn 1. We're going to try and get back up the inside of one of the Aston Martins. Okay, we'll find an avenue. Thank you very much. Back around the outside, and we're basically back to where we started in all of that. That's how you go from 16th to 21st, then back to 16th. There. Thanks, poor Chet. Absolutely slam on the anchors in front of me. Love that. So we've lost 1 place then off the start. And another race where we picked up a tiny bit of front wing damage. Hopefully it's not going to cost me too much around here. But we did survive the start. That is the most important thing. Yeah, like I said, tiny bit of front wing damage, but that shouldn't be the end of the world. Let's just wait and see if we can try and get a bit of a dive. Oh, the AI have gone for it as well on each other. Teo Porchet going for an absolute lunge. Oscar Piastri seems to be the only car on mediums. And look at that. Come the end of lap 1, we've actually made up places then. We'll leave both Haas cars duking it out side by side behind me. How much is the straight line speed going to be? Drugovic thinking about it. We'll slot in. So looks like we've got competitive straight line speed as well. Felipe Drugovic into the pit lane at the end of that one. We'll rub up against that wall again, apparently. How many times am I going to do that this afternoon? Yellow is fine on the front wing. We can cope with that as Dan Ticktum trying to steamroll to the inside of me at turn 1. But we will defend that. Or obviously, when it expires. Why is Albon so slow there? I don't get why the AI hesitates so much. So annoying. Right, can we do an entire race from here on a set of hards? I mean, we've gone clean around the outside of it. I don't get why they slow down so early into that hairpin. I completely forgot they do that. So now it looks like we're going to be racing with, Drugovic, wasn't it? I mean, to be honest, in many ways, that gave us a good chance just to sit out by myself. Don't worry about every other car too much. Just focus on driving. But yeah, it's not the first time we've been at the back of the field early on in the race and still recovered to quite a decent position. Come on, I've got to be out ahead of Drugovic, though. He's on softs. Don't want to do a Yuki on pit exit. I'm not out ahead of Drugovic. Right, we are behind the Haas car, but he should hopefully be a good indicator of pace. 68 laps on a set of softs. As that corner I just cannot get right. Safety cars are very, very common on this game. What happened? Alex Albon brake checked me, is what I'm going with. What it actually was, I forgot how early the AI brake into that hairpin. Right, green sector 2, go on. Only a 10th away from Charles. This actually works quite nicely for us early on, because hopefully, if we can get back within the range of Drugovic, I mean, it shouldn't be long before we maybe get the jump on him. There we go. Shame it threw me off through the second part. If we can get within the range of Drugovic, I mean, he probably won't go any more than, like, lap 15? Lap 20? To take it. I mean, this is the problem. So you were looking at chat and you're all good again. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we did have that one last time at Baku, didn't we? Where I was trying to read a message in chat in the safety car, and like the whole field came to a stop in front of me, and I was like, I'm just not having that. It's those little things that, like, it's those moments that are why I've got rewind still enabled on this game, when the AI do something apocalyptically stupid. Oh, I mean, what is that? Lawson's out. What's going on to Liam Lawson? Safety car? Safety car! Huzzah! We've been saved already. I mean, I kind of span at the perfect time then, because of course 2 yellow flags and the AI, the game will immediately bring out a safety car. But back into it. I've frauded my way back in. There's Lawson. I love the fact half of chat is happy, like the other half of chat is gutted that I've got a safety car in this game. It's just a lot. It's really does say a lot, doesn't it? No, the hard tyres just don't work that well around here. That's the problem with them. It's not to do with the tyre life. We're still at the back of the field, but what I've got to remember is don't follow an AI into a braking zone. 140 miles an hour doesn't seem like safety car speed. The safety car's rapid. Yeah, view time doesn't work. It just says no one's ever been here. Right, anyway, we're going again. I have been well and truly caught napping. But it doesn't really matter too much at the back of the fields. Because I've got to wait up anyway. Right, anyway, most of the AI, though, are probably going to have to pit rather soon in this race. We know Drogovic has got problems as well. So you can see there, Fittipaldi sliding his Aston Martin through turn 1 and turn 2. And then just parking it on my nose for some reason. Thank you, we're through. Right, that's one. Right, here we go. Down the inside of Felipe. Don't hit Magnussen. Oh, I've hit Magnussen, but it's fine. That was more of a love kiss than a hit. Oh, yeah, of course. F5 still have me out for murder or something. Teammate. Oh, okay. Charles pitting straight off a safety car is not what I had in mind, but a few other AI joining him, so might only be a couple of laps before we're up towards the front then. Magnussen is on mediums as well. Could an Aston Martin lead a race in this series, despite how far off the pace they are? Hopefully not. Hopefully I'm about to mug him off. But I think we had Oscar Piastri as well was on the mediums. Alright, come on, we've got to get a run. Oh, Magnus, that Aston Martin is so hilariously slow still. Down the inside of a championship. Why? I'm there! Kevin, let me go, please. Have mercy, my friend. What are you doing? No DRS still. Come on. There we go. I mean, that is Kevin Magnussen in a nutshell, isn't it? AI, real life, it's just what Kevin Magnussen does. More cars into the pits. End of 15. Seems a bit odd that they didn't all pit on the safety car, but you know what? I'll take the places. And we are into the points for the first time today. Might be the luckiest run into the points you'll ever see, but I'm not complaining. I bottled qualifying, I then bottled early on in the race, and then again in the race, but luckily I bottled at the same time Liam Lawson broke down, so it brought out a safety car. I think all the AI in front of me then started on mediums. Oh, yellows, who's got issues? Oh! Oh, I thought it was a car behind me, I was looking at the mini-map. Someone clip that. Deary me. That scared the life out of me. Anyway, his bottle job to Motorsport. Thanks, mate. Oscar, come on, get on with it. Even the AI can't cope with this game's traction model. Can I get a run on... Yeah. Past his... No, I can't. Stop parking on an apex. You've gone in with an absolutely fine amount of corner speed, man. Just stop doing it. Right. Get the DRS and then dive it. Oh, he's locked up. Thank you. That'll be easy. He's going to come back at me, though. Oscar Piastri with the traction and a decent battle with the AI. Hello, F122. Trying to go out with a bang, apparently. But we're through. That's the most important thing. It is weird that Max hasn't been in this series pretty much since, like, Season 3. More cars into the pit lane, though. So we are going to be up into the podium places. Then Pierre Gasly leads the Canadian Grand Prix. Is that the first time he's led all season? Potentially. Price Red, thank you for the follow. Oh, we're inside range of Bottas. Didn't realise that. Now I have 7 emails steering me. Oh, there we go. Top 2. I've missed my braking point because Bottas there was throwing me off. But yeah, it seems so. Charlie Boy then has actually lost out quite a lot of time. Because I think he got stuck behind the Aston Martins just DRSing each other. So we've now actually got quite a decent lead in this race. No, it's Norris. No, it's not. It is Norris. Sorry, running up in P2. Where is Leclerc? Leclerc down to 5th in this Grand Prix. Down to 6th in this Grand Prix. So he's really been screwed over. Starting on those soft compound tyres, then not pitting under safety car for whatever reason. We have now got a 10-second lead, though, in this Grand Prix, so we have just got to take it careful. Got 45 laps still to go. We're at 1/3 distance, but hopefully now we're on an okay strategy. Even if we have to pit for softs towards the end, I don't know what the AI are going to do, but they are on mediums as well, so maybe they're going to try and go the same way. On 2013s was pretty lit. I liked F1 2016s, but going back to it now, realising it wasn't as great as I remember. Teo Porcher out of the Grand Prix. Another Ferrari power unit failure. Damn and blast. Teo's bottling it for me. Again, it's only yellow though. It should be fine. I honestly thought then that was going to be mechanical failure, but no, it's just the DRS having issues as well. Clearly I slapped the wall so hard it broke both wings. Skill issue. Oh, absolutely, JT. We've never denied that on the Matt212 Twitch channel. In the same vein, Ferrari to tell themselves to start winning again. Just doesn't happen though, does it? What's your favourite F1 game you've ever played? So I still personally love F1 2016. Although, like I said, I played it not that long ago again and realised it wasn't quite how I remember. But that was absolutely, for me, like, that was the game that got me into creating F1 content, really. 2020 has been the best for the last 3 years. Yeah, probably, to be fair. F1 2020 was good fun. I liked 2021, to be honest. But I think that I've also got, obviously, a lot of very positive memories attached to that game. Because, of course, you know, F1 22 was technically the game I went full-time on. But F1 2021 was kind of the game that put me in that position to do it. Yeah, the downforce levels on F1 20... Yeah. I mean, it was F1 2018 as well, or F1 2017, sorry, that the downforce was way too strong. I've still got the option to go mediums to the end. Sorry, fresh set of softs to the end. That could be quite tempting. Yeah, that might be doable, actually. That seems like... I mean, the tyre wear's not that bad round here. Senna is still... Yeah, Senna for me is absolutely the go. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the tyres feel fine at the moment. It might be once Lando gets past, then we box and try to undercut him. But it really does depend on what the AI do, because they might stay out to the end of this race. I mean, now the gap's come down to like 1.4 to Lando. He's not really closing in anymore. Kind of just stagnated. Like Top Gear in the late 2000s to like the early mid-2010s was so unbelievably goated. Fittipaldi's going to dive bomb me here. What's this? Ready? Yep, he tried it. He's compromised his own line, though, and maybe held up Lando on the exit. Yes, he has. Thank you. Drugovic, new fastest lap of the day. We know what time we're going to be chasing. 20.7
seconds.
That's not the line. Not sure if that's a legitimate link. So, viewer discretion is advised. Anyway, into the pits will come then. Ah. Oh, dearie me. I was too busy reading chat. And locked at the fronts, but anyway, new front wing going on. We should still be ahead of Leclerc. We won't be ahead of Leclerc, but we should be one of the quickest cars on track. This race is not over. Would have lost about 10 seconds to Lando, but I reckon I can go half second quicker. But we don't know what strategy the AI are going with, whether they're going to pit again or not. So it is Leclerc versus I at the moment. I think he's going out to the end. So we've got 20 laps to make an impact. How have I still not got the DRS off Charlie? Is there not a second detection point? There we go, 9.5 though. That is new fast lap of the day. Absolutely mine. Can we get round him at turn 1? Turn 2 even? Side by side with our big championship rival, Charles Leclerc then. This is actually very, very important. Oh, come on Leclerc. We're on different strategies, mate. And I mean, even if I get round him, I've got a 5-second penalty still, but I hope Charlie boy is going to play a fair battle late on here in Canada. Surely now we'll get the run on him. DRS down the back straight. To the outside we go. It's going to give me a squeeze and a half, but round the outside we'll go on Charles Leclerc to have the confidence that he wouldn't be able to match me on the brakes. Back into P7 then, so we should surely get that 5-second gap up. But yeah, every place we gain now is points out of him in the championship. 18 laps to go here. We're at 3/4 distance. I reckon sensibly though, even if the AI don't pit, we're not going to be far away from the front runners by the end. 5-second penalty might hinder me, but it really does depend on whether they pit again or not. Right, we're inside the range of Bottas though. See already a 2-second lead over Charlie boy, so hopefully Bottas is going to be pretty easy to navigate. We know the tyres should comfortably make it to the end. I mean, it really is just like don't pick up any more front wing damage. Just to the outside of Valtteri Bottas will go. 2-time Formula 1 world champion, and he has got nothing against me. That's the best line I've taken through the chicane, probably all day. 5 seconds up to Mick Schumacher's another new fastest lap. We are cooking. Okay. So rain could still happen then before the end of this Grand Prix, as now we've got Magnussen. Oh, Magnussen is about to cause a nightmare here, I can already tell. Just watch this. Ready out of the final chicane will go. Magnussen is going to try and move out of the way. Brother! Kevin, why? It's always without fail on this game, Kevin Magnussen, when I go to lap him. The fact I knew that 2 corners before it happened, he still hasn't let Mick by. What is that? Magnussen, man. I mean, he's just like real life, but what is the gap to Lando at the front of this field? It's not a lot. It's only about 10. We might not actually, even with the penalty, be out of this chat. Like, not being funny. The pace we've got over the AI at the moment is ridiculous. Yeah, Magnussen's got no fear. It's a shame that every other driver around him does have a tiny bit. Oh, here we go. AI into the pits. Ocon pitting. Norris in as well then, so that helps me out quite a lot. We did hit the wall of champions, but we got away with it. I mean, we should be out quite a way ahead of Lando. And to be honest, with the way the car's feeling, I reckon the pace should be good towards the end. And literally, as soon as I'm talking about how it might be quite a dramatic race on strategy, Leclerc's now is going to be out right behind Lando as well in this Grand Prix, so Leclerc might still be on for a podium. But we've now basically just got to keep the gap level for the final 13 laps. But will any of the other AI try and stay out there? 4 cars in, Perez and Gasly. We are going to be back into the lead of this Grand Prix once again. There's been some questionable strategies by the AI today, but you know what? We've got to absolutely take it at the moment. 13 laps to go here from Canada into the final 20% of this Grand Prix. Sign LH for next season. If he wasn't retired in this game, and if we were doing another season, then maybe. Apart from all those factors that make it impossible. I couldn't even do another season on this series if I wanted to. Like, I genuinely have never got to the end of Season 10 on the F1 game. I don't know what will happen once we finish this season. How's it going? Russell, we're leading the race with 10 to go. Lando Norris is trying to apply pressure still, but we're holding the gap pretty level. Perez has now got the jump on Leclerc as well, so Gasly might get him soon enough. I mean, if we could take 15 points out of Charlie Ball, that would be a very, very good way to end this race. Considering the nightmare start we had. Here we go, though. Final lap of the Canadian Grand Prix. It has been probably the weirdest race. Is it the weirdest race we've had this season? Maybe. Maybe not. I finally caught up to Drogovic. Of course, he came out of the pit lane just in front of me, what, like 30 laps ago. That Haas car has actually been rapid today. Just not had the strategy. But I tell you what, after the nightmare that was qualifying in free practice, I think I will absolutely take this one today. Just settled in. I mean, we got lucky with that safety car early on, but since then, we really have not looked back as we round our way through this final lap there. A little mistake on pit entry. Got a bit cheeky with that, but looks like we got an extra 4 seconds over Lando Norris anyway in this Grand Prix. It's 70 laps here in Canada after the disaster that was Baku. To be honest, I was a little bit worried that this one was going to go the same direction, but won't quite get the DRS off Felipe Drugovich, who is, he's going to definitely get in the way through the final chicane. They're going to have to take it so easy. But round in the final couple of corners we will go. 70 laps here from Canada. It is the dub. The championship fight is back on.
Absolutely awesome. Just amazing, mate. Well done.
A truly magnificent drive and a great performance from the entire team to secure victory here in Canada. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I think we'll chalk this one up as a deft touch on the brake pedal. That's allowed them to challenge down the inside in the braking zones, and ultimately, if you do that often enough, you'll end up winning the race. It was great to watch as well, wasn't it? Forget strategy, forget tyre management. Who doesn't love a good old-fashioned scrap?
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way onto the podium now. So let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Well, not the result our points leader would have wanted, but it certainly makes things interesting going forward. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Natalie Pinkham, come on, who do you pick?
I have to give it to Mr. Monaco. They fought so hard and had incredible pace at times, so I don't think anyone did a better job today.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. The current leaders continue to extend their lead at the top. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Well, there we are then, the end of the Canadian Grand Prix here from Montreal, and 16th. To be honest, it was a bit weird remembering that we started so low down as well in this one today. Lando Norris comes through for P2 ahead of Pierre Gasly there, so Ferrari double podium. Didn't even bottle it by them, which is a lovely surprise. Perez ahead of Ocon. Mick Schumacher in 6th there, beats out Charles Leclerc 1st to 7th in the end. A nightmare for him in 20 points taken out of him in the championship, so that gap has been halved at the top of the table there. Bottas ahead of Latifi scored points in his home Grand Prix. You love to see it there ahead of Oscar Piastri. But yeah, I mean, Lawson, Pourchaire, the only two not able to make it to the checkered flag. Does mean, yep, championship-wise though, 19 now the gap at the top of the table as we head into the second half of the championship there. Sergio Perez still in P3 ahead of Lando Norris, who jumps Mick Schumacher, and Esteban Ocon gets the jump on Liam Lawson. Bottas in 8th still. Gasly now jumps up ahead of Felipe Drugovich. Goes to show how quick that Haas car has actually been so far this year. And first points of the year for Nicholas Latifi as well. You love to see it. He's back ahead of Zhou Guanyu and Richard Verschoor there. Now just leaves the Aston Martins. They're yet to score in this championship. But constructors-wise, though, still leading the way there quite comfortably. The gap now 97 points. Quite a good battle heating up behind us, however. Red Bull, Alpine and Ferrari there, all duking it out. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like. Get yourself subscribed as well. And we will be back very, very soon when Formula One, I think next time out, we're back at my home Grand Prix at Silverstone. That one should be a good race. None of these videos would be possible without the help of our channel members, so a massive thank you to all of the names you see on your screens currently for helping support the channel. You can join them by clicking the join button down below, and yeah, thank you once again to everyone that continues all the insane support on my work.